Welcome back to business. Local participation in the oil and gas sector has been the priority of government over the years. Although the law requires at least 5% equity participation of locals, experts say they're struggling to find competent persons locally. Speaking to Joy Business following recent announcements of an oil discovery, founder and chief executive officer of the Springfield Group, Kevin Autry, said it would take time for the country to harness competence for full local participation in the oil and gas sector.
Springfield is looking forward to how we can actually bring this field into production one way or the other, because at the end of the day, we can add a lot of value to the average Ghanaian. I mean, we've had community investment projects way before we started drilling, way before we even set up, way before we even got the oil block. But this will enable us to touch more lives, you know, as a company. And I believe that it will also enable us to the government to get more revenues for its social intervention projects and for its infrastructure development. So that is what we are really looking forward to, you know, getting to the tail end. It's going to be a lot of hard work, but that's why we are here. And, you know, we strongly believe this is going to inspire Ghanaians and Africans that whatever we put our mind to, we can do it. So that's what we're looking forward to, the amount of people that we inspire in the years to come. We're doing our best to build capacity, but yeah, we are, you know, a homegrown Ghanaian company.
But a lot have also said that, yes, there's this campaign for local content, but when you're looking for competent people with skills, and certification is really key when it comes to the oil and gas sector. And so you're looking for people to work with. Yes, we are pushing for them, but do we have the requisite people? And has the system allowed you, I mean, your operation so far, is it a challenge coming across people who are competent to work with?
I mean, truth be told, Ghana have only been producing oil for 9 years, so we are still at very infancy stages. So yes, there are a lot of Ghanaians who are experienced in this industry. However, they work for multinationals. They've left the country many years ago, but some have come back. Some are in tallow. We have some ourselves. However, this is an industry that, you know, you need the expertise that's needed to do this cannot be compromised. If you look at Norway, I believe the Americans are the ones that built Norway's oil and gas industry. And over several years, it takes a long time. It takes a long time. I mean, we have people that have 35 years experience, and you can't easily replace that. So that's why we've made a conscious effort to be sure that all the experts that we have are training Ghanaians. It takes time. It's going to take time. It's working in progress. It's going to take time, and you cannot compromise because of local content. Because if you make a disaster, if you make a mistake, it can be very disastrous to the environment, which we don't want to have that.
Okay. And is questioning the sustainability of production at the Ekumfi juice factory. He says even though the concept of the one district, one factory is great, the modalities for its implementation is wrong, adding the Ekumfi factory lacks basic infrastructure to survive. Fruit juice from the factory is expected to hit the local market by next week with a market value of not less than 1 cedi 50 pesos. The lawmaker has been speaking to Joy Business following this announcement.
You've got to look at where your raw materials are coming from. If you produce, where are you going to send it to? Are there things that you are going to export? What is your access road to that factory and your road to the port if you are going to send them to the port or to the cities and towns? Do you have water in where you are going to put the factory? Is there enough water? Is there enough power? Yes, we have a good coverage of electricity thanks to the NDC, government. But do you have adequate power? Because every factory that you put up has its, power requirement. Some may be high, some may be low. You've got to take all these things into account. Now, is there a factory that you can build in a nearby district that can create thousands of jobs for neighboring districts to be able to go there and work? Is there a way we can create industrial parks where you can basically put the industries that you want to put together at one place where they will be able to benefit, from economies of scale and from being able to share a lot of things so that when you put the infrastructure at the park in terms of water, electricity, and all the things that these factories are going to need, people can then come in and set up their factories and be able to access all these things for them to, rather than put a factory in some remote place where probably water doesn't reach there, but the factory you are putting up actually needs water. So then you increase the costs, because in that case you need to get the water there. If there's no electricity there, you need to get it there. Certain basic infrastructure that is not there needs to be there. You can put 20 factories or 30 or 50 in a location that will benefit from the same power, the same water, the same, and you could move people to be able to work in these places where conditions will be better than to put up factories basically anywhere just to take your boxes that you put a factory in a district, even if the factory doesn't work.
So for business this week with me, Sandra Esinam Afen. I'll be back same time next week with more business news. But while you enjoy your weekend, do log on to our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Do have a great weekend.